So, you're stuck on what to do. You're a new Twitch streamer or a YouTuber. You've just gotten OBS Studio, maybe you haven't, and now you're a little bit stumped at what to do. Well, thankfully, I have finally decided I'm going to make my own OBS tutorial, not on just OBS Studio, but on how to basically set up everything that you need. For not just OBS Studio, but also for Streamlabs, and a few secrets that you may or may not know as you basically get OBS Studio. So firstly, I have my screen monitor captured, because I'm basically going to show you what you have to do. So the first thing you want to do is go and get OBS Studio, which you need to basically type into your browser, whatever that may be, whether it be Firefox, Chrome, Safari, you name it, to be OBS or Project OBS. You're going to find that, download it, and when you do, when you open it, this whole entire thing is going to be blank, okay? So basically, open a scene, and it's going to be blank. This down here will be completely blank for you, okay? So the first thing you're going to want to do is, first of all, not freak out, okay? First thing you want to do is you want to go into your settings, which is right here. And you want to go down to your audio first. And you're going to find your speakers, whatever your desktop audio speakers is. And if you don't know what that is, you can find out here and you can just find out, and then you put it in here. And then you have a microphone, you do the same thing. Now, if you don't know what your microphone is, if you can't find it, or if you've plugged it in and it doesn't show up here, you basically want to go into Control Panel, which you can do really easily by pressing the Windows key and R if you're on Windows, or on Mac, it's the Mac key plus whatever. I don't use Mac, so I don't know. So you want to type in Control Panel, and then open your Control Panel. Okay. You want to go to Hardware and Sound, and you want to go to Manage Audio Devices here, and then you basically look for the in recording. You find whatever the mic is that your mic is, and you set it to your default device. You also want to enable your stereo mix too, because that will help you. Okay. So you do all of that, you find your mic, you set it to the default device, and once that's done, you basically go here, and then put in whatever that mic is, and you press apply, you press OK, and that's going to be done. You also set the sample rate to 48 Hertz, channels to stereo so it doesn't sound like you're only in one ear, and you'll be good. Next thing you want to do is go to your canvas or your resolution. I use 1280 by 720 as the base resolution, 1920 by 1080 as the output. The recommended downscale filter you want is Lanzos, which is the best you can do. You can set your FPS to 60. That won't really affect you. So, do that. Next, you want to go here to output and set this to advanced. Now, don't freak out. It's going to look a little bit scary, but I will walk you through it. So for you first are going to set if you're recording videos, you're going to set wherever your video is going to be. And then after that, you're going to set up your encoder. Now, if you have NVIDIA this, then you can set that. You can scale the output here. And I have mine set to CQP, which is, the best I can do. We're going to go over to OBS Classic, which I also have, and we're going to use it as our test dummy, for those of you. So, basically, yes. Now, if you don't have NVIDIA NVEC and you want to swap over to X264, And for the bit rate, you want to put in 3,500, and the max for is 6,000. You can do the same thing here in OBS Studio for your internet. That's what you do with output for streaming. Of course, I'm using CBR. But if you want to use, CBR, just put in 5,000, 4,000, 3,000, 3,500, and max quality and stuff. But if your PC can't handle it, just set it to performance or max performance. And you want the profile to be high. So set your auto to 320 and you should be fine. Okay. So next, you want to know how to set up your camera. Or, and you've got your mic audio and now you want to set up your camera. Well, it's quite simple. Again, we're going to go here. I'll press this. And you want to go all the way down to video capture device, and you click OK, and you find your camera. You just click OK, and it should appear. For me, I've already got this set up. It'll start out huge and gigantic. What you do is you just click it, and this magnificent reporter will appear, and you just press and hold, and you can drag it and shrink it down. And that's how you shrink the camera. Now, if you want to know, there are actually some fun little secrets that I know that a lot of OBS Studio tutorials won't tell you, but I'm going to tell you because that's what I do. I've told a few people this, and it's quite fun. So, if you want to know how to just, adjust your camera without doing all this shrinking, you press Control, and you press on one of the borders, and you can actually resize it depending on what you want. Another button you can press is Alt, which shrinks your camera and expands it depending on how big and wide your camera is. And Shift does the whole entire thing. So now I've got to put this all back together. This is the hardest part for me because it's so hard to figure out. Best thing to do is put a white background behind it. Okay, it looks good. Okay. So, now you have your display capture and your mic working, hopefully. Best audio settings I've found is to set it here. You can set up your desktop audio as your default. And your mic, you want that to be louder than your audio that's playing. So, you should tweak this however you want to do it. This is where I've found it to be the best. But be sure to listen to yourself. If you want to know how to listen to yourself, again, you just go to Control Panel, which we'll do again. You go into your hardware and sound if you want to hear yourself. You found your audio devices. And then you basically right-click whatever mic, and you go to listen. You check off listen to this device, and you'll be able to hear it yourself. So you can adjust accordingly to what you want. Okay, so you've got all of that set up. And now you're wanting to know how to basically capture a game. It's actually quite simple. You just boot up a game, firstly. So I'm going to now remove display capture because we don't. Well, you basically pull up whatever game you're playing, whether it be something or whatever, and you right-click on game capture to remove the display capture. Don't panic though, so basically you click, you click your game capture. You go to capture specific window by clicking the mode. You find, the game. You click OK, and then the game should appear. Sometimes if the game doesn't appear, don't panic. You just X off the game, and then you just open it again. Because sometimes it just doesn't appear, but it will. Like so, see? That's what you do. That's how it should look. Now, if the game, for some weird reason, say it looks like, say, like this. It's not fully in. It looks small. It looks like shrunk. Don't panic. You click game capture. You right click. You go to transform. You go down. And you press a button called fit to screen. And boom. It'll fit to screen. Now, sometimes a game will still look like it's not entirely fit. It will look like scrunched a little bit. If that's the case, again, don't panic. You just right click again, game capture, go up to transform, and you press stretch to screen, and the game will stretch itself out, and it'll look seamless, you know. Another thing I would recommend you to do is to play every game you play in window capture, so you can see chat in your browser or whatever. So you have the game up, and you can play, and basically simple, you know. Now, if you're streaming, here's something fun. So we're gonna exit off. So for streaming, I am now going to show you what to do with Streamlabs and a few little secrets that I know that not many people know about, but here we go. So again, I'm going to open up display capture. And I'm going to show you all something.
What do I do with it?
Okay, so here's something really cool that a lot of OBS tutorials don't tell you, but you kind of find out for yourself. So if you go to view and say you want to see the chat without, you know, when you don't have your browser open, you go to docs, you'll find this nice little thing here called chat. It usually will pop out. For me, I have it set to Twitch, because that's the only one that works right now, and you can just put it there, like so. Now, you probably want to know how to set up for Twitch, and that's pretty easy to do. I'm going to show you how. So you go to stream here, you have all these services, you find Twitch, and it will sign you into your account. You have to put in a code most of the time. If and when you do it long enough, it eventually will chill out and just do all that for you. So now you're connected to Twitch and you can start streaming. Pretty easy, right? Now there are people that have used Streamlabs OBS and they get so confused with, you know, what to do with it, you know. I'm here to tell you don't actually need Streamlabs OBS to do all the fancy gimmicky stuff. I'm going to show you that all you need to do is to sign in to Streamlabs on your browser, and it's actually easier than it looks. So, basically what you do, again, I'm going to remove display capture. And I'm going to show you what you do. So, we're going to open up, we're going to go to Streamlabs. Dooba-dooba-dooba-dooba-dooba-dooba-bum. So yeah, now here's how Streamlabs will look. You put in Streamlabs, you know, and this will appear. Now let me move my. So basically, you want to sign in. Firstly, you'll sign in, and you'll see this little thing here called dashboard. You click that. Again, don't panic, as this is going to look kind of complicated. I've already got all this set up, but I'm going to show you all how to set up. So basically, you have all of this stuff. It's kind of scary. But don't worry, all you want to do is go here to alert box. And basically what you do is you find, well, your follows. Now I already have this set up. But the best part is that you don't even need Streamlabs to do this. This is actually very easy. You see this here, Widget Earl? This thing, now it comes with its own, hereby dub the Phil Knight. I've already got this up, as you can see, but I'm going to show you what it looks like. So basically, I'm going to test follow.
Hereby
dub
the Phil Knight.
It works. So if you want, so I'm going to show you how to get that to work. To get that to work, basically, it's very simple, very easy to do. What you do is you enable followers first. And you can put your own image in, your own recorded sound. You can use Audacity or some voice recording software to do that. And then you go here to the widget URL, you copy this. Okay, you copy this. And then when you go into OBS, you're going to go to sources, go to add, and click on, where is it? There, no, it's right there, browser. You're going to click OK. And you're going to paste the URL into that browser. And basically, it will appear. Make sure to have the browser at the very top at all times so that you can basically read or basically know when someone follows, and be sure to put that follow somewhere where you can see it so that you know if people have followed you. Next, this is also very simple. Next thing you can do is go to all widgets, and you can find your chat box, where basically you can, put in your chat to where you can see it flowing on the screen in your Twitch video, in your Twitch stream recording. It won't appear for you, but it will appear for everybody else. You just click the chat box, and again, you can set it up any way you want to. I have it unboxed. And you just copy again the URL, and you put it into, and you open another browser thing in sources, and you just paste it in. That's simple. It's not hard, not difficult at all. Again, you can find, let's see, basically you can find all these. You can basically put all these in. You can basically put in how many followers have followed you, or even the names of those followers by setting all that up. It's pretty simple stuff. I'll show you how to do that too. Not that. So, let's see. Now if you can one of these. Here we go. Yeah, see, you have follower count right here, stream labels. Now they make you install OBS Streamlabs for this, but you can get around this pretty easily by, yes, you have to install Streamlabs, but it's actually what you do is you just you get it, and then you just again copy and paste the link into OBS. So, where's the alert box? Is it? I don't know. I remember doing this. I just know I'm putting myself on the spot. I'm like, what? So. Oh yeah, right. You also can get widgets, but a lot of them take Prime, and Prime costs stuff. So it's like, really. But if you look along hard enough, you'll find some for free. So yeah, that's how to do all of that. It seems hard, it seems painful and difficult, but it actually is not. The next thing you want to do, once you have all of that set up, is say, for example, that the game you're playing does not have a windowed mode. That's okay, because there is actually something that exists that will help you have a windowed mode. There are two things that exist, actually. One is called DXWin. There'll be a spelling of it somewhere. And the other thing, because sometimes DXWin doesn't work, the other thing you want to find is a little link that I will put in the editing when I edit this. called Digitalis. And basically one of the in that link you'll find 1, 2, 3, 4 these 4 little downloadable things. You'll want the resize enable. And what it does, it's a little hook that someone made because they were tired of, having to struggle so hard with getting anything into a window. So you'll want to copy that and put that in. So yes, that's what you do. Again, I'll link both DXWin and Digitalis here, but you want to know how DXWin works, so I'm going to show you how. It's not difficult, actually. So DXWin, because say you run into a game that doesn't let you, window mode it, and you're just like pulling your hair out, it's okay. Don't fret. Because this is why I'm here. So, I'm just gonna put this in something real quick. Alright, let's just open DX. Okay, so window capture. So this is what DXWin, well, so this is what DXWin will basically look like. This right here is what it'll look like. Oh, actually, I full screened it. Now, at first, it looks kind of, like, it looks kind of weird. But what you basically do is not import, silly. You go to edit, you go to add, and you basically find the game you're looking for. You put it in path and launch. So in this case, let's say, for example, we'll just use DXWin as an example. And basically that's what you do, that's what you put in. You check off when it run a window. You put in whatever size you want here. You have to kind of experiment with that a little bit to figure out what sizes you want. But we're not doing it. So say you, your mouse flies out of the screen when you window the game. What you do is you turn on, you check this off, keep cursor within window. You also check off, I think it's fixed mouse. I haven't done this in a while, but I do know you have to also turn this on and lock it in. Another thing that can happen is that the window may not work immediately. And sometimes what you have to do is you'll have to scroll through each and one of these DirectXs until you find, and just click OK and keep trying until one works. Because that can happen. And that's okay. So once all of that's done, it basically will appear here, and then you launch it. Boom. It should work. Now, if it doesn't work, it's okay. Because that's when you go and get, like I said, the other thing I mentioned. And you install that. It's just it's a little exe thing. And it will appear here, down here, when you open it. And basically what will happen is 90% of the time, every game you play will become, shrinkable. A border will appear, you'll be able to shrink it. I've only tested this on a few games, one being Valley, which does not have a window mode at all whatsoever. And DXWin doesn't work with it. Also, DXWin does not work with x64 games. That's the other thing I forgot to mention. So if you find an X64 game, an X32, no, it's 64. Yeah, just 64. So yes, that's that. So now I hope this helps you out to get everything set up. It's easier than you think. The hard part is just getting it all right. But hopefully this tutorial will help you. I hope it wasn't too quick for you. But just so that we're all on the same page, I'll just go through everything one more time. So again, this will be empty when you open it up. And you just set everything up like I've told you. It shouldn't be too difficult. And I hope that helps. I'll edit this video to make it less chaotic than it is. But I hope this helps you. So please, take this tutorial and run with it. So I want to tell you. That's it basically. Oh yeah, sorry about that. Oh, so basically what the follower goal count thing will look like is kind of like this. This is what it will look like. And people's names will kind of flow down. You can adjust the size of it as you want to. I think that's it. But yes, so yeah, leave a like and subscribe because there's always room for more. See you next video. Bye.